Hello, hello, and happy crafting. It's Tuesday, and I have busted out one of our lanterns that we haven't played with since Christmas, and I thought today is the perfect day because I have actually got a couple of ideas I want to show you. I thought of one, and I had it all set up, and then I thought of a different way to do it, and I got more excited about that, so I switched gears. But I see people jumping on right now, so let me know if there's an echo or anything. I haven't gone on here yet to see. I want to make sure that we don't have anything funky going on. Okay, perfect. And I did figure out the camera issue from last week where the craft cam was mirrored, and so you guys were seeing everything backwards. And I was able to fix that. So, yay! Okay, let me close this over here so that I can see comments. Hey, Miss Julianne is here from Montana. Okay, perfect. All right, so you'll see I've got a whole bunch of little things down here. I'm going to be playing with this month's transfers. So our theme this month is Grow in Grace. And I've been side-eyeing these lanterns because we still have a chunk left. And I was like, what can we do with this? So I have a couple of ideas. I have mine already taken apart here. So I've taken the screws out of it so I can take the bottom off. But my husband and I were playing around with it earlier for what I thought I was going to do. And you can actually, I don't want to do it now because I have it ready to do this, this project. You can actually pop this top off. So originally I was going to pop the top off and I was going to fill the bottom with these rocks and decoupage the candle. And then I saw a different idea on Pinterest and I completely changed gears. Hi, Miss Linda. Linda, I think someone, if you can, just when you get a chance, I think it was you that did the crosses that we posted on the page yesterday, I think. And Cindy was asking where you got those crosses. I'm pretty sure it was your project. If not, ignore me, but I think it was yours. She wanted to know where you got those. Hey, Miss Pam. So just to know, if you're getting these lanterns, this whole top pops off. Again, I don't want to do it right now because I already took the screws out of the bottom. I'm going to be working on this the other way. And so I don't want to have to put the screws back on and all that stuff. But you could pop the top off. You could put whatever you want inside. You could put flowers. You could put confetti. I had these rocks because we haven't put together my son's fish tank yet. So I had all these rocks here I was going to add to the bottom. And then I changed gears. So let me clip this off so it's out of our way. Get my trash going. All right, so I already have the bottom screws taken off. So when you're doing the bottom, you're going to take off all 4 screws. Once you do that, you can just lift this piece out. For now, I'm going to set this over here. And just be careful because all of your glass pieces are loose when you do that. And every time I've demonstrated this project, I have, oh no, I forgot. I forget I'm not in the group and like you guys don't need to see this, the camera from this one. Well, I'm a mess. Okay, let me get this up where you can see it on the craft cam. Every time I've done this project, I've always decoupaged or we've done the glass panels. We haven't done anything with the candle. So today I want to do something with the candle. And I've been going back and forth on what I want to put on this candle. Oh, Julianne switched over to Facebook. Is YouTube being wonky? If it is, I'm sorry. Okay, so I've got the Grow in Grace transfers. Again, these are just available to members. If you are a member of the Transfer Club or the Deluxe Club, then these are in your kit when you get it. I've got the lantern. And then I just grabbed a whole bunch of flowers just from my bucket of flowers. Then I may want to put a bow on it, so I grabbed some bow making stuff. I have these little ladybugs. I feel like I could use them somewhere, so I grabbed those. These ones I got at Hobby Lobby. They just come in a little package, and you know how they're always like 50% off or whatever. That's just where I got those. I feel like my light and everything is wonky. All right, I'm just going to leave it alone, but I feel like everything's wonky. I got a little tag because I think I might add that to the bow. So that's what I've got over here to the side. And I grabbed some seeds. I was thinking I was thinking graduation gift is what I was thinking. So we popped out our top. What we're going to do is we're actually going to put the transfers on this, on the candle. So we need to figure out where we want the front, because if you'll notice, depending on how you rotate the candle, it has like this little thing. Now we're actually going to hide these, but this direction here, the little holders are kind of off to each side and it has a good look. Julianne says YouTube was fine, but she was lonely. YouTube now, Julianne. Hello, Miss Ray. Okay, so this is where I have like the hardest time. There's a whole bunch that will fit on this. So there's this version here. We could actually leave the bow too. So we could do the Grow and Grace here. We could do one of these, like this whole thing, although that print is a little small. The other thing I thought about doing when I was going to put the rocks in the bottom was running these type of graphics, like this one and the little potted plants right here. I was looking at running those around it. But the way that I'm going to do it, I need to have a message. And I feel like out of the set, this particular Grow and Grace is probably going to be the best one for us to use. So I'm going to grab that little sucker. So with the transfers, we're just going to cut it out. I feel like my camera is my overhead is off a little bit because I'm not sure where I need to be so that you can see. I seem to have to be like super up here. Okay, so we're going to flip it so that we know where we're putting it. Then we're going to peel off the protective backing. Just make sure you're not touching anywhere where the graphic is, because that's the part we want it to stick. Hey, Miss Debbie. All right, so from here, basically I want it to be kind of high. I'm gonna have to tip it up a little bit so that I can see. Hopefully you can still see. So I'm just gonna line it up so that it's straight, put it on there, and then we're going to go ahead and rub it off. Now this candle on the inside of it, it's a plastic surface, so it should, granted I haven't done this one before, but it should take to it pretty decently. And I don't think I've seen anyone that's done the lanterns actually decoupage the you can decoupage this too, but I haven't seen anyone do any. Hey, Miss Cindy, haven't seen anyone do any of the transfers or the decoupage on the actual candle. And I just saw this. I like to look on Pinterest for inspiration, so I just saw this on Pinterest and I was like, how cute would this be? All right. Oh yeah, that came out so easy. So now this camera's flipped. I'll have to fix that when I get out. So it's that easy. Now you could seal this if you want, if you're worried about it. No one's going to be touching it, so I'm not gonna worry about it. So that's how easy it is. So we have our base done. Now why I have this all taken apart, I'm going to go ahead and put the batteries in now, so that when it's done, you don't have to wait for me to put the batteries in. And I probably could have done that before I got on today, but Julianne, these are our lanterns. So they are in the store under canvases. And they are like, the people that have got to play with them always come back and order more, because there's so many different ways that you can do it. It is battery operated. These sell really well at my booth. I don't think I have, every time I put one out there, like it's gone. I do sell it with the batteries though, so they can see what it looks like. So it's nice. It's not the dinky batteries. Like you put the 3 AA's in there, and then when you turn it on, it actually has like a flickering. So it looks like a real candle, but it's not going to burn anything down. Bonus. I'll see Linda has, Okay, I don't like how this new thing. She said you put a watercolor nativity on the candle and the black kings and shepherds on the glass. Ooh, that sounds pretty. So I must have missed it. Cindy, you are not running late. Cindy Kraus, does it have a timer? I don't think so. What did I do with the? Let me see. It gives a bunch of warnings. It doesn't say anything about a timer. So I do think you would have to turn it off. That's a great question. Now how do I take this back off? There we go. Updates. Okay. So now we have the case with the glass pieces in it. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to remove one pane and put it over here. And then I'm going to put the lantern back together again. So if it does move on you, you've got to just make sure that, I'll kind of try to show you, these glasses have to be tucked in behind this edge to be able to get the top on. And then we're going to make sure that wherever we did our design is facing forward where we took that pane of glass out. Did that just drop in there perfectly? What? That never happens. Okay. Now I'm going to attempt to put the tiniest little screws you ever did see back in. Well, this is the challenge because I have fat fingers. Oh my gosh, can I just get like 2 screws? That'd be great. Like, we don't have to do the whole thing, but if I could just get 2 in there, we'd be, oh, see, in my moving around, it's not dropped in there. Yeah, if you don't get the glass panes exactly, okay, I'm gonna have to move it a little bit back out. I'm trying to show you what I'm doing and do it at the same time, and it's just not working. So we're gonna back up a little bit here. Because you have to get the glass on the outside and all your little things on the inside, and then you'll be able to go ahead and screw it down. All right, so I'm going to do corners so that you don't have to watch me do. Jillian says this is where she struggles. Tools and her are not friends. I tell you, doing these little tiny screws on a live video is always a struggle. And usually we don't have to do it till the very end. Okay, I will put those others in after, but basically this is what we have here. And I don't know how. Will it let me? Just kidding. I was going to see if it would let me flip, but it's not. I don't want to deal with it right now. Okay, so now we have a completely open front. Like, we can get in here, right? So what we are going to want to do is, and I think it might be easier. Oh, Pam says to magnetize the screwdriver, and then it picks up the screws. I need to do that. That's a genius idea, Pam. I'm going to ask my husband how to do that. Okay, I think it might be easier if I just remove the craft cam, and you should still be able to hear me. And for this part, you can just see this way. Because what we're going to want to do, I've got my glue gun on over here. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be jamming the inside with flowers. So we're going to put some florals in here, and then we're going to have some like spilling out. So again, it's just a whole different way to do the lantern. I didn't even think about doing it this way till I saw someone else do this kind of display. So I've got my glue gun in here. The first part is just going to be poking things around to see what looks good. So I've got my little wire cutters here. And I just want to, okay, obviously that is way too tall. I don't know if that's cobwebs. You know, you have like the Halloween, what do you call them? I'm going to cut this way down. Fake cobwebs or whatever. Okay, so basically I'm tucking one, see if you can see it, behind there. Because I want a little bit in the background. And then I think they're all going to need to be like that length-ish. All right, so see how I'm just putting them in there. Now I probably will go in, if you want it like permanent, like if you were reselling, I will need to go in there and glue them. However, right now, I'm just kind of trying to get an idea to see like what we're gonna like. Because the key is I still want to be able to see the grace part. And I also want to put some flowers in here. So and I might be trying to do it like too full. Imagine that, trying to do it too full. Okay, so now we have, I wanted to go with like pinks and yellows because that is the colors that I have for my little scrap bow here. So that's kind of the colors that I'm looking to work with. Now these flowers, I didn't get the greenery from Dollar Tree. This was actually greenery from our kit a few months ago. But these flowers are all Dollar Tree flowers. So we're just going to kind of tuck them in and around. All right, so I've got an orange one in there. I got to try and find ones I didn't pop all the flowers off of, evidently. All right, I'll see if you can kind of see how it's going in here. All right, what do we got? I feel like we need some more pink. You can tell I've been using these, like popping off the little flowers because they're missing on some of them. Now, one of the things I love about doing it this way is if we do not glue them, if we just tuck them in there, you can switch these out for each season. Let's see. Okay, one more full one here. If you're like me and then you've done this, you can actually just pick one off from another one and just stick it on wherever's missing. Okay, I'm going to come in on this side. I'm just trying to get a little more, I want it coming out a little bit more. Woo. Well, wherever I'm trying to stick it, it don't want to go. Oh, there we go. All right, and then I think we need like one more like piece of this coming out. So let me get the flowers out of here. This would be really pretty with like a cascading floral as well. And I'm gonna try and go with this big piece here. All right, I'm gonna go stick it in the bottom here. So it takes a little moving around to get everything kind of where you want it. Okay, so I'm liking this look. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take it out, and then I am going to tack it so it can stay where where I want it to go. But I just wanted to make sure I had enough in there. Now, let me see. I am going to pop the lid off on this one because I did already pop it off once. It's not going to allow us to slide the glass out, but it is going to allow us to reach down in there and like adjust things. So you're going to just gently, I know it sounds horrible, but you're going to just gently pop it off. And it comes right off there. But this is going to allow us to get our pieces like tacked down in there. And again, I just didn't do it first because I didn't know exactly how I was going to go in and do this. Okay. I feel like I'm decorating a fish tank. All right, so I have that one just kind of coming over the top there. Then I'm gonna stick one back in the back corner. Oops, make sure that you glue like the right side that you want to stick, unlike I just did. And then again, this is what the precision transfer tool is good for, because you can just use it to move those things around where you want them. And we can even pop this one up and over a little bit. I love that. And I moved it, and now it doesn't want to stick. Dang it. I almost feel like getting tools. I think it was easier just jamming it in there, honestly, without the commitment of the glue. But if you are wanting it to stay like exactly in place, you are going to need the glue. Do, 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 do. And I think what I would do is glue, well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to glue the greenery, but I'm just going to poke in the other things, because that way I can switch it out for each holiday. Now, do be aware as you are putting these things in here, you kind of have to go in carefully, because otherwise your glue's getting on the candle and it's also getting on the glass. Like I just got it on the candle. So know that if you do glue, that is something that you're going to have to navigate. Okay, so I got those in there. And then again, you can rearrange however you want the leaves to flow. Because I do want the Grow and Grace part too. Okay, I'm liking this. So this is what we've got for the front so far. And I'm just gonna do this bigger portion where I'm gonna tuck down in that back. I'm gonna attempt to. Christine, hello. Julianne, if you could see it up close, it's I'm a little frustrated, but it'll be okay. We will make it work. It's just hard to get it in here with the glue not getting everywhere. So just know that. But I'm gonna jam some flowers in there. You're not even gonna be able to see it. Okay. So I've got my greenery kind of in there like that. So that's the only part that's like stuck. And so now I'm just gonna poke the flowers in because this is, again, gonna allow me to change it out for each season and not have like the huge issue. So I did have, I think I had this one in there before, but I feel like it's got enough right now. I don't think I need that. This one is missing some flowers, so I'm gonna pop some of these off and just fill this one back up. So are you all ready for Easter? I went to the grocery store and I got the stuff to cook for the week. And then I was thinking, oh my gosh, everyone's probably in here buying the stuff for Easter dinner. And it was completely overwhelming to me. And I don't have, so I didn't get any of my Easter dinner stuff. I'm going to have to do it later. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know. Sometimes going to the store is just too overwhelming. And I take a list so that that's easiest for me. And then if it's not on the list, I don't get it. And that's what happened. So I went to 2 grocery stores this weekend and bought no food for Easter. None. So there you have it. All right, again, we're just going to work these in however which way you want them to go. Just kind of trying to alternate. I know I had another pink one here. And then again, I like the flexibility to be able to switch it out for each holiday. And if you don't like this green hanging down that much, then, you know, you can switch it out. From here, I'm going to go ahead and put the top back on. And for that, we're just going to snap it right back on there. All right, so here's what we have. And then, of course, it needs a bow. So make sure whenever you snap it back on, whichever direction, like if you want this forward, then you'll snap it back on this way. I always put it to the side and then I put my bow like off to the other side. So that's what I'm going to do. Well, that's what I did anyway. All right, we'll get some of this stuff out of the way here that we don't need anymore. Oh, we might need that. We'll leave that out. Okay, I did want to, let's hit this with the black. I don't have black. I have gray. I'm going to hit it with the gray just so it blends in with the lamp a little bit better. Linda says, I'm interested in the idea with the rocks. I have extra lanterns, so I'll try that. Oh, I know. It looked so cute. Like once they were in there. I don't know. I have another lantern right here. I could try it. All right, so I'm just hitting this with the antique wax. This is the grunge gray. I'm just trying to get it a little bit darker so that I don't have, it's not that, you know, bright wood color against the black lantern. Oh, Linda says she did her Easter shopping today, so I'm not that far behind, right? I was trying to think, like, I didn't even see any, like, I don't know, deals that I was like, oh, I have to have this. Or, all right, this is going to be a little bit, because our letters are dark. So I'm just going to take some of that back up. Oh, hi, Miss Jenny. Jenny's from West Virginia. It's her first time here. Thanks for popping on. All right, so we're going to take this, this one. Actually, I'm going to do the big letters so that it's going to be the easiest to see. And again, I was thinking this would just make a cute little graduation gift. You know, you've got a grandchild or niece going off to college. They could put it in their room just as a little reminder. All right, so there we have, I know it's going to be backwards because I'm using that other camera. Ooh, I think that is one of the places we're going to stick a little ladybug, because how cute is that? I love ladybugs. They remind me of my grandma. I probably said that a bunch of times. One of the things that I got when she passed was this ladybug brooch. And it's like the mama ladybugs. And then it has like little dangly baby ladybugs off of it. And I think it's like a little brooch. It's so cute. How adorable is that? Again, these little ladybugs were just at Hobby Lobby. Okay, we're going to move these out of the way. And it's bow time. All right, let's see what we got here. I've got my roll here of jute. And we're going to do just our messy bow because you know it's my favorite. So let's see which way we need to tear it. So we're going to try this way. You just snip and then you should be able to tear if you've got the right, if you're going in the right direction. If it doesn't let you tear, then just turn it, what is that, 90 degrees, and then try the other way. All right, so we're going to do 2 of that one. And again, I'm just doing like, you know, like a finger's width. Oh, see if this one doesn't want to tear. Okay, that one doesn't want to tear. So again, we're just going to turn it and try the other direction. Sometimes that's the way it goes. Especially if you're trying to do a tutorial. All right, so we got 2 of those. I like to layer the patterns and the colors. So it's like a good messy mix. Dude, this one's like way easier. And so I've got solids, and then I've got, ooh, that's like the tiniest one. I don't know that we'll use that. Let's try it again over here. Cut it a little bit thicker. That one doesn't want to go. Maybe that's the problem. It didn't want to go that way. There we go. The other thing that you can add, if you like texture, is you can add some of the raffia to it as well. So I have the mini bow Dabra, and it's basically just, you don't have to have this to make a bow. It's just an extra set of hands that you can put everything into. I feel like we might need more. I want it to be a little fatter. So I'm going to do a couple more of the patterned ones for both. Jeannie, I am working with our lantern, and I'm making this Grow and Grace lantern. So we've done a lantern where you can decoupage the glass, you can put the transfers on the glass. This particular case, I actually took one of the glass panes out so that we can stuff it and have the florals coming out the front. So more of like a spring look. You could still put transfers on the side. All right, there we go. I feel like that's enough now. Okay, so I start with my solid colors on the bottom. I'll just go to find them. Oh, that was our little guy. You could put that in there too. Actually, we're gonna build it, I forgot. We'll build it from the top down. So whatever you put down first is what they're gonna see. So I'm gonna do the lighter color first, so the lighter patterns. Sorry, I changed my mind midway. You can always rotate it, like rotate the knot if you need to, but sometimes it gives you like a little bit of an issue. Okay, so then for some texture, we can add some of the raffia. So I'm just gonna pull a piece out here. And generally, you can wind it back and forth in there, but I find it easier just to kind of do it in my hand and shove it in there. Do be careful. I am famously get slivers from raffia all the time. Don't ask me how, but okay, I think I'm going to make it a little bit bigger because I do want it to stand out a little bit. Trial and error, right? Trial and error. Hey, Miss Carmen. Bye, Jeannie. Okay, so there we go. Got it a little bit bigger because I do want it to kind of stick out there more. Right, now we're going to go in with our patterns again. So I'm just going to repeat the pink, then the yellow. Then come in with the solids. Actually, I will do the pink next because I am rotating. Oh, that turned out so cute. I'm rotating the colors here. You can use this thing to shove it down. I'm not sure it makes a difference. I feel like it just comes right back up at you. All right, so basically this is what you have, and then you're gonna like zhuzh it up. So I just kind of beat it up, scrunch it up a little bit, so it's more messy looking. And again, the more stuff you put in it, the fuller it's gonna be. So from here, I am going to use the floral button. And I can't remember if we still have those on the store or not because y'all are buying the heck out of our buttons. Hey, Miss Angie. All right, and then I'm just gonna use a little spit and loop this through our button. And actually, I think I tried to twist it the wrong way, so it is too threaded now for me to get it through. So if that happens, just cut it again. Okay, and then it's just to give your button a little more finished look there. If you've left yourself enough, you can tie it in a knot here. And it looks like I did today. Lucky me. All right, so we've got our knot. I'm going to cut the knot a little bit shorter because I don't want the little legs coming off on me. And then I am going to glue this right to the middle of the bow on the front. You don't have to do a middle for your bow. I just like that look. All right, so now we got to figure out, well, actually, we need to put our tag in here too. So I always do my tag separate so that I can put it where I want it on the bow. All right, so I'm just going to loop that through. I am going to knot it so that I have somewhere to stick the glue. All right, so we've got our little tag in there. And then this is going to allow us to figure out, so we can basically put it right where we want it to hang. Okay, let me go back to the other view and I'll see if y'all can see what I'm doing. Let me push it back a little bit. So from here, we've just got to figure out where exactly we want the bow to sit, where we want the tag to sit. I feel like I want the tag to be coming off of the front, like so. I'm trying to show you. I want it kind of hanging on that side. So I'm going to tack it right over here on this edge. So it's just going to hang right where I want it. Because I'm kind of a control freak like that. All right, so now it's like hanging right on that side where I want it. Now we're going to come in with the bow. And at this point, I think I am going to leave these strings, but I'm going to cut them just a little bit shorter. And I'm basically going to put my bow pretty much sitting on this spot right here where I have the knot. That's also going to give it a lot more to attach to because it's got the bow, it's got the plastic, and it's got the rope. So it's got a lot to kind of grab onto. So it's kind of just a little bit offset to that side. And you want to make sure that you have it on there well. And basically, this is an example of what you can end up with. Now again, you can still put transfers on the sides. Here, we'll turn our little lantern on. Again, it's going to be hard to see in the, because it's not dark in here. But you have a great little centerpiece or edge piece, or it wouldn't fit in my tier tray because the tier tray is not that big, but it's a perfect little spring piece that you can use as a gift for decor, for resale, but it's just another way to do our lanterns. And I even thought about doing a couple little, I feel like I could do a little ladybug over here too. I'm gonna add another ladybug. I feel like I'm gonna put the glue on the ladybug. I'm getting a new glue stick and it doesn't want to grab. There you go. So I just added another sweet little ladybug there. Hey, Miss Martha. So again, this is just another idea that you can do with the lantern. We did this by, we just took out one of the panes of glass and then we used the Grow and Grace rub-on transfers on the actual candle. And then we've jammed some flowers along the inside and the back, added our little bow topper, and you could hang this too. This would be a cute little, I'm going to put it on the shelf. Probably going to put it up there because it is too cute. But again, just another idea that to do with one of our lanterns. Juliet says you can never have too many ladybugs. I completely agree. I don't think it's possible. We have more. We could put more on here. I'm going to keep it simple because we do have used the Growing Grace rub-on transfer on the little tag here. And then this on side is a transfer too. Now, like I mentioned in the beginning, if you're just joining us, you can also decoupage the glass. You can reverse decoupage the glass. You can put the transfers on the glass. I don't have any lanterns. I was looking. I don't have any lanterns. I've sold all mine. So every time I make these, I take them into my booth and they sell. So I will probably keep this one around for a little bit because I need some spring decor. If your messy bow needs a haircut, feel free to just give it a little snipperoo. You can also snip some of these, the little raffia, if you don't want all loops, and that will give it a little bit of a different look as well. So I generally do some loops, some not loops. It just depends on how like foofy and fluffy that you want it. And you can use totally different flowers. I need to go get some more flowers. I need to go to Hobby Lobby and get some cute ones. I had some purple. It was this stuff, but it had like a purple tint that I got out of Joann's clothing. But I didn't have any purple bow stuff, so I went with the pink and orangey yellow look instead of the purple. But I'm like, I'm gonna be using those purple for fall if we still have it. But that's just a fun little idea. Again, the lanterns are on our site still. When I checked this morning, we had 73 left of the lanterns. And then once those are gone, they are gone because we did buy everything that they had last year. And these are all that's left. And then the transfers are from this month's kit. So that's it for today. I just want to give you a little Easter spring crafting inspiration. And I know a few of you have bought quite a few of these lanterns. So if you're running out of ideas, this is a whole new direction that you can take it, either for spring, for fall, for Christmas. I know some of you are doing your holiday crafting already to get prepared for events. So this is another great one. And I can tell you it is a super hot seller. And yeah, that's it for today. So I'm going to wrap it up. I want all of you to have the most wonderful of Holy Weeks. And I will be back next Tuesday with another project inspiration. And until then, happy crafting.